The New Fly Fisher has been made possible thanks to the support of Go Fish Ontario, Orvis Fly Fishing, Rio Products, Superfly, fly fishing made easy.
On this episode, we visit one of the 7 wonders of the world, Niagara Falls. Most people know of the tourist attractions of the area, but few know it's located smack dab in the center of some of the best fishing southern Ontario has to offer. We've chosen to fish the lower Niagara River not far downstream from the falls and the whirlpool. Joining us today is veteran guide Aldo Nava. Aldo has expressed a keen interest in fly fishing, so we invited him to string up his fly rod and show us how it's done. This should be fun.
I love this. This river has something for everybody all season long. You can literally fish it 365 days a year. Fish.
Good one.
Right away, first drift. How fun is that?
Yep.
We haven't been fishing for 10 minutes or already hooked into one, huh?
Yeah. That's really great. Now you set up with a stonefly and an egg, so I'm going to add. I've just got an egg on right now, but I think I'm going to add a minnow pattern.
You know, the Niagara River is fantastic for multi-species all season long, and now in December, you know, it is prime time for what we like to call the Niagara Slam, right? Lakers, steelhead, and browns. But in order to complete the slam, you know, really they have to be over 10 pounds. This guy doesn't quite get there.
I always say it about every program, I haven't met a fish I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Great little brown trout. Took the stone fly, the bottom fly. Perfect start of the day.
Nice fish.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Clean, clean, clean. And away he goes. One of the things to keep in mind when you come fishing in Ontario in the Niagara region is to talk to your guide, like Aldo here, to make sure you know where you're going to be fishing. You see, this side of the river is Canada, this side of the river is United States. The guides like to fish both sides and are licensed to do so. You need to make sure that you're also licensed to fish in Ontario and in the US. Fish? Sweet. Don't worry, Bill, I'll get my hands wet on this one. You just keep fishing, okay?
I'll just keep fishing.
Oh, that's a better one. Yeah, it's got some
Another
thickness
brown?
to it. Yeah, another brown.
Same size?
A little bigger.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one.
You think he's ready? Just give me some leader. There we go. Now I want to show you guys something. So that's what all these fish are in here eating, are brown trout eggs. Now I'm going to let her go so that she can stop emptying herself.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it.
You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Hey, God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
They said I couldn't dream. called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Exploring Ontario's fishing opportunities need not be expensive. On this trip, we rented nice, comfortable rooms at the Best Western Plus in Niagara Falls, Ontario. This facility is very close to the Canada-US border and only 15 minutes from our launch ramp. In addition to outstanding in-room amenities, the hotel is located close to a variety of dining and entertainment options. With a central location on historic Lundy's Lane in the heart of a vibrant neighborhood of restaurants, bars, theaters, and Niagara Falls attractions.
Well, what a difference a day makes. 2 days before we arrived, the visibility on the Niagara River was a minimum of 8 feet. Fishing yesterday, it was 2 to 3 feet. And visibility is the key on this river. It was a west wind the day before yesterday, which caused Lake Erie to blow up and blow a whole bunch of sediment into the river. Last night, the wind direction changed and the waters cleared up tremendously. We've got great visibility. It should be a fantastic day.
The technique we're using today is the dead drift bottom bounce. We did have strike indicators on earlier, but that we weren't getting down deep enough, I don't feel. So we added a little bit of weight and 2 fly setup. All I'm doing is casting and letting it sink, and then Aldo is controlling the boat with an electric trolling motor, so we go exactly the same as the current. So my line is upright like this, up straight like that. It looks like I'm just sitting there with a worm and a bobber, but it's not. Everything's moving down there on the bottom, and I'm trying to feel the bottom tick every once in a while. Now, we call it a reaction strike. You get all of a sudden a pull. It might be a snag, but it could be the biggest fish of your life. So you set the hook on everything. You might lose a fly or two, but it's worth it in the end for the fish that are here.
Good job, Aldo.
Yeah, Aldo. All right.
Give it a little slack, Aldo, and I'll grab the leader here. That's the beautiful thing about this fisher, is that you can catch quality browns like this in the wintertime. It's amazing.
Now the setup that I'm using is a real challenge to cast. I'll show you here. I've got 3 big split shot and 2 flies and quite a long leader. Makes casting a real challenge. Now what I've been doing in order to cast this is called a water load, and all that is, I get whatever amount of line I want to cast out below me, and I reach back, touch the water with my flies, and then let them go. That's about as pretty as your cast you're going to get. It's not pretty at all. It's not your normal overhead cast. It's what we call a chuck and duck. Again, I'll do one more time for you. Get what I want out underneath me here. Rise up, touch the water, and cast like that. The water will pull on your line, bend your rod, that way you can actually cast the rig itself. Got a fish?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Aldo's the man.
Clinic or what, Aldo? Oh my goodness.
My wife gave me a kiss this morning.
There you go.
It's dogging you down a bit, huh?
Yeah.
She tells me it's a brown trout then.
Again on the streamer.
On the streamer, eh?
Woo!
Good
What?
going, Mark.
Fantastic fish. This is so much fun.
Oh man.
Man, you gotta come to Niagara Falls.
Yep.
The Niagara region is unbelievable.
Oh, and he let go, and I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That was, don't know which one it was on, but that was something. We're just dead drifting. That's all we're doing is letting the fly go to the bottom and bouncing it along the bottom. Earlier in the day we tried with indicators, but we found that you got to get right to the bottom. The fish, the active ones anyways, are feeding near the bottom. And we're in right now in 17 feet of water, so bottom bouncing is probably the only thing that's really makes sense.
So the Niagara River is a year-round fishery. In the summertime, we catch bass, pike, muskie, walleye. In the wintertime, from November till April, we can catch steelhead, browns, lake trout, as well as walleye. It's a great year-round fishery. I've been in business for close to 20 years. We fish the Niagara River as well as Lake Ontario. So in the summertime, we troll for salmon and trout on Lake Ontario. And in the wintertime, from October till April, we fish drift fishing in this boat. And if you'd like to book a trip with me, it's probably best to book at least a couple months in advance.
It's a big brown. No, it's a steelhead. Nice, man. Good fish, clean fish. Look at that. What a good-looking fish, Aldo. Look at that. Look at the kype on his jaw.
Beautiful
Right?
fish.
Nice male. Good fish. That is amazing.
Now the fly selection for this trip were easy. Egg patterns or streamers, one or the other. We were using this bead type of egg pattern, and I'll talk about how I attached them in a second. But there's their natural color. There's some light pink, some yellow. We were using chartreuse, and we're using fluorescent orange ones too. So bead pattern egg patterns. Also using woolly buggers as one of our streamers. And woolly buggers work about everywhere. They'll imitate either a stone fly or a leech, one of the two. I got them in black, I got them in olive, and I got them in white. And on the back fly, pink was the hot color. So we were using these bunny leeches on the back, but in pink seemed to be the hot color. Now what I've done is I managed to get this bead, these beads that they're using on the hook itself. Well, how I did that? I simply took a Bic lighter and heated up the shank of the hook, took the bead and pushed it on, let it harden, and then I turned it over and I used UV knot sense with a UV light to seal it.
Hello? I got going. Yeah, those hoses are so darn cheap. Hmm? What? What? Yeah. Yeah.
No. Jeff said he still might be coming. Hello, anyone there? I think your mic's on mute. There we go. There we are. Anybody else coming? Jeff said that he's going to be short, running late. Tilt your camera, Jode. Which way? Don't forget the stream. Joe, tilt up your camera. Tilt up? I don't know.
Sunbury Shores is a community cultural center that offers a range of arts and craft classes each year in St. Andrews by the Sea. So we have several specialist studios available for rental use, including print, pottery, and metalwork. We also host exhibitions through the year representing local, regional, national, and international artists. Come visit us at Sunbury Shores to discover new artists, learn new skills, and develop your creativity.
Who wants to hear a story? Once upon a time, there were 3 Billy Goats.
The tiniest Billy Goat Girl.
The biggest Billy Goat.
Okay.
Roared the troll. It's an ugly troll. Eyes as big as saucers. And the Billy Goat was so heavy that the
Yeah.
way up was a bridge they had to cross. And under it, why, thank you.
Oh, I was going to do the weather tonight.
New Brunswick Independent Television, CHCO-TV, Channel 26.
Hello there. Welcome to the Carb Brothers. I'm Jack. And I'm Jody. And welcome to tonight's show. Jeff is going to be running a little bit late, so he'll be joining us here momentarily. Legislature is back sitting, so I'm sure that's part of the reason why he's running a little bit late, eh, Jody?
That's right. That's right. Duty calls, someone's got to work. So,
and you know all about that too, of course, all through the years. 19 years you sat in the legislature. So
sometimes they made us sit all night too.
Really? Back then sometimes?
Different times. If there were big debates, we'd debate all night over something. And
remember that time we worked on emulsion, an all-party committee. I don't know if it's Crown Corps or if it was a special committee that was made. I can't remember. I was working in the government member's office. You were a government MLA and took a lead role really on that to get to the bottom of that deal.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that was interesting times too. And now, all these years later, they're debating about whether they should have virtual sittings by video camera. So,
what do you think, Jode?
I think they should. It seems to be working well in Ottawa. Actually, I was one of the first MLAs wanted the laptop into the chamber.
Oh. What year would that have been?
Please have our laptop in the legislature, and that was wasn't a large debate, but it certainly a traditionalist like Mr. Harrison was quite apprehensive about bringing laptops into the chamber, and then we had to promise we weren't going to use it during question period.
Oh, if you could promise that.
Yeah, and so then over the years they've slowly had wireless, and they just can't seem to get that
technology down.
That technology right. I mean, it's not that complicated. I mean, my goodness, we're on here tonight all across the world, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Surely.
People all over.
Surely. And they didn't ask us to come in. They should have contracted us to come in there, eh?
Oh, that'd be too easy.
Yeah.
But, and this is a good reminder, too, for people watching. And we really thank everyone for watching. But it's a reminder to, if you have any questions or comments or you want to join in on the discussion, then feel free to add some comments there. So I was just looking for us here on Facebook so I could follow that. So
yes, I would like to thank all the viewers that are missing Jeff here already. There's Haley Flero, there's Nora Valentino. They're missing Jeff. We want to know, where is he? Where is he?
Yeah, we need some answers.
I think he's out. I think he's coming. He's on his way from the legislature, I believe. He's probably working.
Well, probably working. Probably like Joe, we got some time on our hands now, I guess. Yeah, bring Jeff back. There'll be a petition, I'm sure.
I'm sure it wasn't his connection or anything that we got.
Yeah. So,
anyways.
Back on issue at hand. So Haley, as you mentioned, Joe, Haley, she was just named to a federal advisory committee, wasn't she?
That's right.
For disability.
A national accessibility. I mean, we should see how we add her in on the call here somehow. Hey, we could get her on here. Tell us that update.
Yeah, we can't. We can only do it by audio call, like telephone, because Patrick there in St. Andrews in our studio, he's only got it set up for Jeff coming in, I think.
Oh, okay. We only have so many that we can put on at once.
Yes. But a good idea to have Haley on some week.
Yes. Well, she's, what is it? The first accessibility. She could probably talk better about this than, of course, we could, but
probably.
Accessibility standards for, I don't know if it's outdoor equipment or all equipment.
Well, the other thing too is, yes, I think that'd be good having her on to talk about that. Outdoor play areas, isn't it? Play structures, play areas.
She's a great advocate for people with disabilities here in New Brunswick, and gets things done. What else can we talk about here now?
I want to
put some.
Well, I want to put a plug into Jason McCaw. He's watching as well, and just wanted to put a plug in for him because of his food drive that he does every year for Marked for Life tattoos and or Muckdo and food drive for Christmas. So if anyone wants to make a donation, they can do that. Thank you, Jason. You watch every week, so we really appreciate that.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Thanks, Jace. Marked for Life tattoos.
So, Joe, what else do you want to talk about? We got lots on the go there. I guess
I just had a lot of questions. I had a lot of questions for Jeff. I mean, I think everyone did.
I know. It seems it's a little different. We don't have those questions to be able to grill them. Jeff says we grill them harder than the New Brunswick media. So,
well, hey, no comment.
Yeah.
Well, I was pretty pleased with the little rally at Oromocto High School. And of course, the issues of racism is not new. It's unfortunately been around for a long time, and it's still around in the hallways of our schools and workplaces. And I was pretty pleased, I have to say. I was pretty biased and pretty proud dad to see Taylor step up for as an ally to the people of color that continue to be subject to racist slurs and comments and videos and social media. It's just not right. So I was pretty pleased with the turnout. Jack, you were there too.
I was. 4 or 5 speakers. Taylor was one of them, and just so proud of all the students up there that spoke and took a stand, and just very articulate. Like just impressed with the young people. And writing their speeches and speaking and doing it with conviction. But what I really, really was very pleased that I attended was I learned some things. I didn't, I'm not in the hallways at the schools. I don't know. My sons are old and out of high school and that sort of stuff, but didn't realize it was as prevalent in schools and in general, really. So I learned a lot there yesterday. So.
Yeah, the speakers really told their stories about just on a daily basis what they're facing. So, it's quite something. It was very powerful to me too. You think, oh, well, that's years ago. That's something that's over and done with. We moved on. It isn't. And to see them stand up and call it out and, ask the leadership to step up too and take it seriously. So I think there's been hopefully some movement and transformation of leaders at all levels. And as the speaker said, they're not necessarily on committees. They're not necessarily chair people. They're not on sports teams, but they, have a responsibility to stand up. And that's really a message for everyone. It doesn't take, people with titles. It takes every single one of us to just to be kind and to be aware. And it's a real issue. And I noticed a couple of the girls too, they said, the public comments on the news sites. People were still bashing and bashing and criticizing. And first off, you never read the public comments on the news sites.
I know.
Secondly, it just goes to show what type of racism and bigotry is out there. I mean, it's just all too well. So But here's something we say, oh well, young people this and young people that. Well, here's a group that, and not just the speakers. There was like over 150 kids. And what was also interesting is when I guess it was Taylor that said, okay, now we're done. Let's go back to class. They all of the practically, I can't, all of them went back into all of them same time went back into the school. So. Okay.
Well, it's quite something. Yeah, it's pretty. I was very, very touched and moved in a number of different fronts, but very proud of Taylor, of course, and always am and always will be. But just very, very well done and very articulate. And yeah, quite something. You get a little nervous for the ones you love when they're up there on stage, and that was no different yesterday. And yeah.
The shoe was on the other foot there. I was like, oh, all nervous all day. There was going to be a speech, and I read. She read me her speech the night before, and I'm like, gee, I know that I'm your dad, but I'm biased and stuff. But that's amazing.
Amazing.
That's just great, especially telling Black kids they're the ones that are responsible for trying to fix the problem, or like telling the deer they have to end the hunting season, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, it was a great quote.
But she'll get a kick out of Brian Hartwell asking her to come on as a guest. So maybe we'll do that sometime. We'll get the girls on.
Yeah.
I have to have got Chris on now. We've got to get the girls on. Everyone will get a turn.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think is Jeff ready to come in? I don't know.
No. I haven't seen it. I told him to message us. He hasn't messaged us yet.
Okay. Now, I heard rumors that maybe, Jack, you had some connections to the big guy at the North Pole. Maybe you got some pull. You can get old Santa Claus on for guests. That's what I heard.
I haven't been able to reach him, but I know that I know he's immune to COVID. So all the kids watching, he'll be able to come on Christmas as he has in the past. So I don't.
Wouldn't that be great though? Wouldn't that be great if we could get Santa Claus confirmed to be a guest?
Well, it would be certainly the highlight of the year, wouldn't it?
I think it would be. Well, you keep pulling your magic there. Maybe you can. Or if anyone's watching across Canada, have connections with NORAD or high up Lincoln officials anywheres, because it wouldn't be anyone on this show. But if anyone else out there,
that's right,
has some connections to get Santa Claus on, that would be great.
Well, this is, we want to thank everyone watching there at CHCO-TV across Canada on Bell satellite, and then in New Brunswick as well on Bell 5, and also on our Facebook page. If you're joining us and this is the first time, thank you so much for watching, and all those that continue to watch this week after week. This is our 34th episode.
Wow.
And and it's, we've had guests. Sometimes we don't have guests. We just do a roundabout discussion, and we've had some great guests in the past, eh, Jode?
Oh, we really have. We've had, who's been on, Jack?
Well, Bernard Lord.
Bernard Lord recently, James Mullinger, the comedian,
Jake Allen.
Jake Allen, but also the funny guy, other funny guy.
Yes.
Rudolph. Morris. Lucien. That's right. That's right.
And that was a great conversation. That was
fun.
I have to admit, I've been trying to get Anne Murray on, guys. I've been trying to get her. Yes, but she's busy. She's even at 75, and she's retired, but she's got a Christmas CD out there now, a compilation. And I've been trying, but she's busy. So anyway, I just would love that.
Well, who else could you get? I know that Tommy Hunter, don't you?
I don't know Tommy Hunter. I've been to it. I took Nan to a Tommy Hunter concert though. Must have been 10 years ago now. So at the Playhouse, it was his farewell tour. So
remember when we were little, we used to go out back and behind our house there, and we used to do a brush cutting. We had a brush cutting project, me and you and Nan, and we'd go out there, Nan car, and we'd cut the brush and
burn it.
We'd burn it. That's the days before you had to have a burning permit.
Yeah. Oh, we enjoyed that. I did some burning here about a month ago or so, and I really enjoyed that. Small little fire though, nothing too big. I got an acre and a little bit here, so.
Good. Okay, what else, Jack, did you want to talk about? You said you wanted to talk about something.
Well, just want to give, credit to the public, first responders and the frontline workers, public health, people that are doing the tracing and just working the last 2 months. You know, we've been up to orange there in 3 areas. Now we're down to orange in 1 area in St. John, yellow and back into yellow in Moncton and Fredericton, and really nipping that in there. So hopefully we can get St. John opened up before Christmas, but and told the line here on this as well. So, but well, anyway, just good work.
The good thing is, too, we're getting vaccines starting to roll out here. I think they seem to say that maybe by September we might all get vaccinated. So,
yeah, Dr. Russell.
That's good news, but it's also interesting today. The headline that came out said that anyone with severe allergies to be, I don't know, cautious or something with this vaccine. So,
yeah, exactly. And there's about 2,000 people will be in New Brunswick here in the next few days. It'll start. And then the rest by September. And Dr. Russell also said, though, that if someone had their vaccination and left the province and came back, they would still have to do their 14-day isolation, she suspected. So I thought that was interesting, but I'm not a doctor and I don't know enough about it. So.
Okay, well, we'll have to hear more about that. That's why it's good that we're not at the front of the line getting the vaccine. We can just see what's what and just stay put here for a bit. And
yeah, so she said there'll be probably the restrictions for a year anyway until that all gets rolled out there. So, and hey, we'll just keep going day by day. So, but all those frontline workers
keep spending local, hopefully, and help our local, support our local entrepreneurs and support each other.
Yeah. So that's that. Air Canada. I don't know, Joe. They shut down. All the service in St. John, or it will be in January. All the flights, Air Canada flights, will be stopped in St. John, and the Fredericton-Toronto flight in Fredericton will be canceled in January, suspended in January as well.
And I mean, it's disheartening, but it's like what it is. I hate to bring up like closing schools, but really tricky there. I guess there has to be some sort of basic service at least, right? But hopefully we get these vaccines around and travel will start coming up. But I bet it's still going to be another couple of years, right, before the actual travel starts popping back up again.
Oh, well, it's like anything. It's once it kind of stops, then it's going to take a while for human behavior and people venturing out and things like that. So we're not completely out of the woods, but we're doing all that we can do, which is what all we can do is what we can control.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I suppose it leads into this one airport thing. I can't see them ever. Why would you build an airport in? Let's say I can see why you'd build it in Sussex, but why would you build a new airport if you've already got 3 airports? So maybe you can take turns. One's open for 1 year, or maybe a third of the year. Do you rotate around, or?
It just doesn't seem to be something that, I mean, if we were in a perfect world and started right from scratch, maybe, but it's the airport is so viable for every city and the region.
Especially when we were going strong there. When we were going strong there before this COVID,
we were on a roll.
Every airport was exceeding their numbers from the previous year. So it's like you can't say that each of them weren't viable. They were very viable. So
and they'd be even more viable. And I don't know. I know the airports always talk about it, but I think the Premier did too. Is that and like you had mentioned, they've all been upgraded. So but also it's trying to retain ridership in New Brunswick rather than airline passengers going outside of New Brunswick down to Bangor, over to Halifax, what have you. If we can keep them in-house and then flying out to their destination. So there's the best thing too is not to do anything knee jerk, anything quick. I know we're not like that in New Brunswick anyways, but don't go all jump into because the last 6 months was a certain, those airports were pretty viable. So I think it'll come back. Yeah.
Anyways, who else wants to talk about us? Who else has something to say? I want to hear a question. I want to know what you're thinking. What do we want to do here? What's going on this weekend? Where's,
Well, I'm not doing a whole lot this weekend, if that's what you wanted to know. But, I saw porcupine tonight. I know it gets more. It gets exciting. That's
now. The big news.
Oh, well, yes, it was big. I mean, big.
Oh, Jack,
huge.
here, Jack.
I thought it was
know,
a
Jack.
bear.
This will get us laughing. Do an impersonation or something. Do your Johnny Cash or Johnny Carson joke.
Well, I would, but I'm not prepared. And,
well, no, you don't need to be prepared. You're always on standby. And just think, remember Dolly Parton there did...
yes.
She just did this vaccine thing. She gave money all out there.
$1 million.
World star about this, that. Yeah. So why don't you just do that little story there, that Johnny Carson story?
Okay, well, you know the great Kreskin there that Johnny Carson used to do, and I used to impersonate either Rich Little or Dana Carvey impersonating Johnny Carson. So I do the thing where he's got the envelope, and
I want to be Ed McMahon. I'm going to be Ed McMahon.
So we go, wow. Okay, Ed. Okay. So he's reading the envelope with the paper that's in the envelope, and he goes, okay, what's a home run, and a triple, and a catcher's glove, and a first baseman's glove, and Dolly Parton. Okay, so he takes the envelope, takes it up, reads it. Oh, he goes, okay. He goes, 2 big hits, 2 big mitts, and a country western star.
Boys, that's good.
Well, it's not as good as it used to be, but hey, good once as it'll always be.
Yeah, that's right.
As Toby Keith says.
Yeah, pretty soon we'll be like those 2 Muppets off of the Muppet Show.
Well, yeah, we were talking today, and it seemed like we were just complaining about the government, me and you. So
I forget what it was that we were complaining about.
Oh, me too. I forget too. It was something, but we laughed. We laughed. Now we're even forgetting what we were complaining about.
Now we're forgetting. Yeah.
Well, tell us the story, Jody. 19 years elected in the legislature, and now you've moved on in law, and you're doing some workplace investigations and things like that, and.
Well, I really like it. I like the workplace investigations because first, employers need to take complaints seriously, or leaders, principals of schools, they need to take complaints seriously. And then secondly, to make sure you have a good process, it's important to have a good process so that you can provide confidence to employees that they're going to be treated fairly when there is an investigation, and that it's also okay to come forward because it's going to be a credible process that will be done fairly and making sure that, everyone's accountable. It's either founded or unfounded, and we have hopefully safer and more inclusive workplaces and schools. So it's pretty good. I like doing it.
You like it, eh? It's good.
Yeah, it's very busy. Unfortunately, it's very busy, but I hope that means, people are,
Well,
I think people are stressed. People are stressed, but it's no excuse. But people, hopefully people speak up.
Yeah, the process is there anyway to protect employer and employee and ensure that fairness is there. So, someone mentioned a guest. First off, Wanda Grant, musician, singer extraordinaire from Minto. She's watching, so thanks for watching tonight there, Wanda. Merry Christmas. And also someone else mentioned about, Greg Nicholas, having him on. He'd be an excellent guest. He's just newly named the chancellor at St. Thomas University, former lieutenant governor, former New Brunswick judge as well. So he'd be a great guest to be on.
What a real gentleman, and just what a great choice.
Wise.
Yeah, and what a great school, St. Thomas University. So we have good schools here in New Brunswick, very good schools.
Yeah, yes, we do. What else, Joe?
Can you sing us a song, Jack? Maybe sing a song. Should I go out and do the weather?
I don't know about that, but we'll have a good guest on there next week as well, and Jeff will be back. It looks like he won't make it. We've only got about 4 minutes or so, and too bad he wasn't able to make it, but we'll get to ask him all our questions next week and hear about what he's got to say and things like that. So,
Jack, Wanda wants you to sing a song. Wanda Grant wants you to sing a song. And that's what made me think, Jack, about you singing, because Wanda's got just such a great voice, and she's a great entertainer. Yeah. And I even thought, geez, that's what we need. Maybe someone like Wanda come on and be on Zoom, and then she'll have a guitar there, sing a song in the background or something.
Well, we've known Wanda now. It must be since 1994 or 5 at the Gary Line Center, I think, or the base gauge town in Ormocto, in different variety shows and things. But the last time I sang with Wanda on the stage, actually, my wife Cheryl and Alan were there with Wanda at the Minto Community Church doing a Christmas fest special. So I got squiggled up on stage. So that was quite a highlight. That must have been about 5 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, real quickly, Diane Buchanan watches every week, and she has informing us of an event that the Ormocto Rotary Club is putting on, a house decorating contest due to COVID. We can't do the house-to-house tours and all this and that, but a lot of houses are decorating this year because of COVID, I think. We had some nice weather there too for decorating. So December the 17th, 6 to 8. I think you can contact the Ormocto Rotary as well on Facebook and figure out how to participate or support that. Rotary does great.
The Rotary does great work. There's so many organizations that are in need this year, not the organizations, but the people that they serve. So if you can give, then that certainly would be great to give to your organizations that are in need. Well, Joe, it's time to wrap up. So
my goodness, already?
Where did the
How
time
did we
go?
end up talking about hardly nothing? I mean, time went on so quickly.
I know. It was a great night, and it just goes by just like that. So we want to thank all the viewers for watching, our friends on Facebook, and all the viewers on CHCO-TV in St. Andrews, based out of St. Andrews, broadcasted on Bell satellite across Canada and Bell 5 in New Brunswick. All of the viewers, all of our Facebook groups, like and share if you will as well. And we'll see you next week, Jody. And, Jeff sends his regrets, and we'll have us back again next week.
Thank you very much. And maybe we'll have that special singer on to lead us into some Christmas tunes next week.
That would be nice. Okay, folks, have a great night.
May your holiday season be full of magic, love, and light. Merry Christmas from the Leather House. Quality women's and men's brand name fashions for the whole family. Water Street in St. Andrews. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season from Supple Souls Foot Care, 206 Pine Glen Road in Riverview. Call 506-899-CARE. From our bubble to yours, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. From Surf and Scuba, serving the New Brunswick diving community for over 25 years. 506-321-DIVE.